if you've ever thought to yourself, I'm not getting any actual leads from Facebook, or maybe you're on Google, or maybe you're on YouTube or whatever, and you're running ads and you're feeling like I'm just not getting any leads. So you immediately go, okay, I must need to go to a different platform. Maybe my audience is on a different platform. So you go to TikTok or you go to Instagram or whatever. You switch to a different platform. I see this all the time. And today we're talking about why you can actually just pick one platform. You can win on that platform, and you can get way more leads for the same exact amount of dollars you're already spending. So if you already have a marketing budget, I love, like, one of my favorite things to do is help people who already have a marketing budget not increase it, but increase the money they make off of it. So that's what we're going to do today in this show. We're going to talk about why switching platforms may not actually be the solution, and how you can win on just one platform. But first, why shouldn't they switch platforms? So like say they tried Facebook ads and they weren't getting the leads that they wanted. So they're like, I should probably just go to Google. I've heard this quite a bit from clients that we work with. And by the way, my name is Joey Nagel, joined by my co-host Nick Pilson. We're getting better at podcasting every day. And we own a company called Collab Studios where we help businesses, a lot of businesses in the service space, generate leads and set appointments so that they can increase their sales. And we've helped companies to date generate over $100 million in sales. And we're here to give you everything we know. So
you asked
why
not just jump ship right away to a different platform?
Yeah, why not just jump? Like, why would you recommend, if somebody came to you and was like, hey, I tried the whole Facebook ads thing, it's not working, I think we should try YouTube.
Yeah. For me, and I think for us, it really comes down to, well, what is the data actually showing? So we talked a lot about looking at the data and making data-based decisions versus just emotional decisions. So if you're running meta ads and you're saying it's not working, one thing we like to do is actually look at the data, which involves we look at the creative.
Yep.
And if you watched yesterday, you know exactly what we like to do. In the first 5 seconds, if you live in this area and you're looking for this service, you might want to look for a company, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
So
you're calling out that specific.
Yeah. Is your creative good?
Yep.
If it is, then we go, let's look at the back of Ads Manager on Facebook and actually start looking at the clicks, click-through rate, impressions, frequency, like all those data points we were talking about yesterday. If those don't look good, then we know that comment from a client or from whomever is more of an emotional decision. It's not necessarily the data isn't backing it up. So then we know, okay, Facebook has still potential here because the data points aren't matching what we like to see.
Yep.
Let's just tweak.
Don't jump ship.
Let's just tweak what is already going on, or maybe we need to recreate something and try it again and see what the data is showing.
Because all those principles you just mentioned carry over to the other ad platforms like Google or Nextdoor or YouTube, whatever you're thinking of doing. All of those principles, if you don't have them right on Facebook, you're not going to have them right on the next platform.
Yep.
So don't just jump ship. And if your head's maybe spinning a little bit about, Nick just kind of summarized the episode we shot yesterday. If your head's spinning a little bit on what he just said, he's basically saying, look at the data points on whatever platform you're already on to see where you're leaking money, because there's going to be the data points on the same data points on all of the platforms that have ads managers that you can actually run ads on.
Yeah.
And those data points that he mentioned are click-through rate, frequency, and what else did you say? You said click-through rate, you said frequency, and you said...
Isn't clicks in general?
And then average view duration. Yeah, so I think those are the ones you just mentioned. So what all that means is go to ChatGPT and ask it to explain those to you.
Yeah.
But all that means is how many people saw your ad and clicked on it and went to your website, if that's what you're trying to get them to do, which most people are. That's the click-through rate, the percentage of people who saw the ad that clicked on it, went to the site. The average view duration is how long did a person watch the video on average. And then you've got your frequency, which is how many times has one individual seen the same ad, because if they've seen it too many times, they start to block it out in their minds and just automatically ignore it when they see it again. Oh, I've already watched that. Oh, I've already seen that, right?
Yeah.
So those are the data points that Nick's talking about there. And then you also said the hook. So the hook is super important, which is
creative,
did you target your ideal customer in the first 3 seconds? Because most people will give you 2 to 3 seconds to see what your video is all about before they scroll. So those are the points you're talking about there. Like, are all those things in line before you jump ship to the next platform?
Yep, exactly. And I always like to play the other side too. Sometimes you might need to switch platforms. Like, it's not like Meta is the king of all kings. I mean, right now I think it is.
Yeah.
But maybe you're like, oh, I want to try Google. Like, Google could work great for you. It's not like you shouldn't go do it.
Yep.
It's just don't take your $10,000 budget and completely shift it to Google because Meta wasn't working when you actually just didn't have things set up
That's like
correctly.
going to the casino and like, I'm going to try a different slot machine.
Right.
You know, it's like you have no system, so all slot machines are equally as random, and you're pretty much going to lose your money.
Yep.
No matter what.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, we see that, and I mean, it's just it's very similar to what we talked about yesterday. We like to go look at the data.
Yep.
What is the data telling us? The data will literally help you make good decisions, not just, it doesn't feel like this is working, not an emotional decision.
Yep. Yeah. So, you know, again, today we're talking about, you don't need more traffic, right? You need better traffic. So that means you don't need to spend more money on ads. You just need to make sure that your ads are attracting more people for the same money, which you can do, and B, the right people, not just more people, but more of the right people for the same exact amount of money you're spending. And a lot of people, like we said, they blame the platform. And they also think that maybe more money will fix it. But you don't want to do either of those. You want to figure out how to master one platform first. So if you're on Facebook, master it. If you're on Google, master it. If you're on Nextdoor, master it, because those fundamentals will carry over. Because the fundamentals are all the same, because all that you're doing, all a platform is a place where people gather.
Right.
And if you remember that a platform is just a place where people gather, then you know that running ads to people will be fundamentally about the same across the board.
Yeah, like the platforms themselves are different a little bit, like just setting up an actual campaign. But once a campaign's go, and maybe what you upload is different, like Meta, we like to use video.
Yeah.
Google, there's a bunch of different campaigns in Google, but you can do like a search campaign. So obviously you're not uploading a video, but then you can do a YouTube campaign. And then Nextdoor, you can do a video, but we've also just seen like holding up a company sign that says satisfied. So the creative can be different, but once the campaign's going and you're looking at the data, that's telling a very similar story across the board. Like, are you getting the clicks? Are you getting the click-through rate?
100.
How many people are seeing it? So to your point, master one platform, understand the principles of what you're looking at before just jumping ship, because when you jump ship, you're going to be looking at the same, or you should be looking at the same exact thing.
Yeah. So this might be a short one, but the information is gold, because this will immediately save you money. If you're already spending money and you do these things, your money will go farther. So the shift really is, don't blame the platform. Be more specific in your ad. Like, just make sure when you have an ad that you're calling out your audience specifically. Even if it's a text, if it's just a static image of an ad, don't say ABC HVAC has been in business for 50 years and run that as an ad, thinking people will care that you've been in business for 50 years and click on your ad, right?
Yep.
you should say, we're looking for 100 people who are looking to get a new furnace. Tap the link below to see if you qualify for our current offer. That could be this whole static ad right there. You could make that in Canva. You could have ChatGPT make that for you right now, run it, and it will perform better than something that's just maybe like a photo of you and your team.
Right.
Like ABC HVAC celebrating 30 years of business. It's like,
yeah.
if you can post stuff like that all day, but it's not going to get you, it's not a lead generation strategy, right?
Yeah.
It's not a marketing strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there is something too about just thinking where your audience is at.
Yep.
So I'll use us, like we're a marketing company. You can disagree with me on this, but I'm going to say something wild.
Do it for the shorts. So whenever I say do it for the shorts, all I ever do is just start it as a full sentence and basically say, actually, I address our audience, which is funny because that's what we're talking about right here. So when you do it for the shorts,
that is true.
All you have to do is say, if you run a marketing agency, and then you go into whatever you're going to say.
All right, let me say it, and then maybe you can do the short.
No, you do. You do the short. I need more shorts of you. It's like just all me in there. Because I always just take what you say and do it for the shorts, but you could do it.
Okay. So
just still talk to me, but just start your sentence off with, if you own a marketing agency, and I can edit it in captions, bro. That's what I do. I edit all mine.
Is going to be awesome of this.
Yeah, you guys, you're seeing what we do also to make podcasts as well. So,
so if you own a marketing agency or really any industry of a business, think about what platform your ideal customer is at. So when you're advertising on a platform and you're not seeing results that you think you should be seeing and you want to jump ship, are you even on one of the platforms that your ideal customer is at? So I'll use us for an example. We're a marketing agency. If we were running ads on Snapchat, I think that's a thing.
Yeah.
If we were running ads on Snapchat and we weren't getting results, well, we're not even on a platform.
I don't even have Snapchat. Bro.
Exactly. So that's not even a platform we should be spending money. So in that case, it would make sense for us to jump ship. Maybe, hey, let's try Meta because that's where a ton of people are at.
Yep.
But if you're on Meta or you're on Google, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but almost any industry, you should see some sort of return on one of those two platforms.
If you're on Meta or Google, you're covering like 4 billion people, which is pretty much everybody on the internet. Yep. So figure out how to make those platforms work.
And you can take those all other ones.
To the smaller ones. But I'd master the biggest ones first. Mm-hmm. So you're going to get the best results for the lowest costs generally, and then master the next ones.
Yep. 100%.
Did it for the shorts, bro. Nice. That's good.
But yeah, that's really, I think that's my thoughts. Just don't be quick to jump. Make data-based decisions.
Data-driven decisions. DDD.
Data. And yeah.
Must be Wednesday because we were kind of...
That was a quick one today. What are we talking about tomorrow, just to give a little preview?
Well, again, we're called Collab Studios, so our name we accidentally discovered yesterday is an acronym, or I guess the day before technically, so Collab, C-O-L-A-B, we accidentally discovered can be an acronym for clicks, opportunities, leads, appointments, and buyers. So that's what we're working with you on the show is we're helping you turn your clicks into opportunities, those opportunities into leads, those leads into appointments so that you can turn those appointments into buyers. That's fire. Mm-hmm. That rhymed.
Yeah.
I'm for hire.
I'm
not wearing a wire. Oh, yeah. Peyton, you good back there, dog? All right. So
tomorrow you said, I think we're talking about landing pages.
Yeah, really great. Nick, this is Nick's department. We are talking all about landing pages. So if you're like, okay, I heard you talk about sending traffic to your website, but what if my website sucks?
Yep.
Tune in tomorrow.
We'll show you a landing page. We'll walk through.
Yeah, to the next episode, I should say, because maybe for you it's not tomorrow, but tune into the next episode.
Yeah. We'll show a landing page that we like and we think uses some good principles. We'll walk through the strategy of it. And by the end of the video, you'll be able to take what we say, use ChatGPT, come up with a whole layout for your landing page. And maybe between now and then, I'll put some thought into some tools that you can easily just go whip something up. And like within less than half a day, you can have a winning landing page set up.
Yeah, because you paid good money for ads. People are clicking, especially if you did what we talked about today.
Yep.
But nobody's turning into a lead.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually a landing page problem.
Yep.
If they're not turning into a lead, which landing page is another term for a website page that's specific for getting leads. So that's what we'll talk about on the very next episode, and we try to film an episode every weekday. So thanks so much for joining us on today's podcast, How to Get Customers. Again, my name's Joey Nagel. Nick Pilson. We're giving you everything that we've learned that's helped us help our clients generate over $100 million in sales using these exact tactics. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks, Tim.